Hey lovelies, and welcome back to another video. Before we go on any further, do remember that tomorrow we have got Sunday service here live on YouTube. If you haven't already, submit your questions as quickly as possible to support@lucydavis.com. I've got loads and loads and loads of questions. I'm going to be going through them later on this afternoon when I come back from celebrating my dad's birthday. So you do have a little bit of time to submit questions. The cutoff will be this afternoon though, as I need to collate them all and make sure that they're ready, good to go in the morning for 10 o'clock. Reason being, I go to the gym and I go out walking and things in the morning, so I won't have time to print them off and put them in front of me, and that's all I'm literally going to do, read them live, and then I'm going to give you the answers that come from my my soul, my intuitive. Okay, so anyway, this video is called Standing in Your Truth. What's very interesting is I've been channeling a lot of information around the truth movement and, you know, authenticity in the last few weeks, to be honest with you, but really in the last few days it's been at a whole new level. So I decided that I was going to do this video called Standing in Your Truth. So let's look at what's going on around the world right now. I think it's fair to say that we have so much sensory overload going on. We've got people over here that are, you know, really, really pro the direction that the world appears to be going in. And then we've got people over here that would be called anti, whether that be this, whether it be the social systems that are being proposed, whether it be this, you know, there's many, many, many different things that you know, people are being split on at the moment. You know, there is this perception that there is a huge split of, you know, these people over here want one thing, these people over here want something different, and I would agree with that to a point. However, this is what is so important about this. It does not matter what you believe in, as long as you are standing in your truth about it. What we are doing at the moment, and what my guides continually keep saying to me, is, Lucy, we are breaking the matrix of control, yet there are many people out there still attempting to control, and they feel that it's a good thing. You know, they feel that they're doing it from a place of love. They feel that they are doing it from a place of good intentions, and chances are they are. However, it's still the old paradigm. It's still the old paradigm that we are desperately looking to break right now. So I said to my guides this week, okay, I called them a bit of a cheeky name, I'll be honest. I was like, okay, you guys, you know, what do you suppose? What do you suggest that we do to be able to step through this? Because, you know, I've channeled some really interesting numbers this week. We are over 70% awake to the truth on the planet. Now, there is a huge difference between being awake and conscious. Maybe I'll do another video on that. If I haven't already done one, I'll do that separately. But there is about 70% of the population, maybe a little bit more, that are actually awake to the truth right now, or at least what we perceive to be the truth. And, you know, all of these different things going on. However, there is a very, very small percentage of people who are what I would call conscious, who are living in a manner of which is higher consciousness. And, you know, there's many different reasons that people are waking up to some of the things that have gone on behind closed doors in the past, and the way that the monetary systems and the medical systems and all of those things are working. However, there's a very different bucket of people that are going through, that are living in a higher state of consciousness. Okay, so everybody, and I've been saying this for many years, truth is just the first step on the ladder. Truth is just the first step that we need to take to be able to get closer to higher consciousness, because we need to bring everything to the surface so we can release it all, and we can live in what some of us are calling heaven on earth. Some people call it 5D, some people call it Christ consciousness. Whatever it is, it's just words, it doesn't matter, it's all the same thing. Okay, we are all striving to live in a world where love is the answer, where truth is standard, where lower vibrations, upset, hurt, shame, guilt, resentment just cannot stay there. Now, the reason so many people are, liberating the truth, yes, 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 we're liberating the truth, but they're not prepared to go on the consciousness journey and surrender the control and surrender, this need, this feeling that they've got to keep beating the drum on it, is because it's bloody scary. It's scary enough knowing that maybe your whole life has been a lie, but then it's very scary going to something that none of us know about. We're trusting, we're surrendering. People like myself, I've surrendered that it's going to be a good thing. I don't know, but I've surrendered to it. I have an inner knowing, if that makes sense to you. And this is what this journey is about. So let's just take a step back. Standing in your truth must look to you, whatever that is. It doesn't matter if your partner has a different opinion to you. As long as they are standing in their truth, that's okay. And I'll be honest with you, they're going to be okay, as long as they stand in their truth. Likewise, if you are somebody the opposite end of the spectrum and you're like, nope, all of this needs to be broken down. No, all of this needs to come to the surface. I'm going for higher consciousness. That's absolutely fine, as long as you stand in your truth throughout. This age of control, this age of domination, this age of being right is what we are here to disintegrate. We can have different views and still get on. We can have different views and still stand in our truth. The interesting period of time is going to come, and some of you would have witnessed if you've been following me on my social media. Like, I've had to stand in my truth on so many occasions when I've walked into supermarkets with no mask on, or nothing to say that I'm exempt, and I've stood in my truth, and I've had conversations with people, and I've said, I'm not wearing one. Now, I've been challenged many times over the last couple of years because of my authenticity, but I've remained in my authentic view. No matter where I've been or what I've done, I have stood in my truth. I have honored my authenticity. Why? Because that is what I'm here. I'm here to stand in my truth. Now, my dad, let's look at my dad, for example. My dad is very much along the lines of me. He's had that respiratory flu that was doing the rounds, that was pretty hectic and pretty heavy going at the same time that I did. However, he chooses that he doesn't wear one of these, but at the beginning when it started, he was wearing one purely in the supermarket because he just didn't want any aggro. So he'd wear it like this, and he'd just be like, Lucy, it just saves me getting any aggro. It saves me being challenged. It saves me having to have conversations. He's standing in his truth. Good on him. That's what he chooses for him. Is it what I would choose for him? No, but that's what he chooses for himself. The other end of the spectrum is my mum. My mum has taken this twice. I don't believe she's taken the third one yet, but I know she's definitely taken it twice. On top of that, she's got, she's worn this the whole time. She's like literally abided by all of the rules that have been implemented on her. And when I've said to her, like, surely some of this doesn't make sense to you, to her, it makes total sense. So she's standing in her truth. Now, I'm not saying I like it, but I have to be okay with it because she's her and it's her journey. And this is where we need to be. The only way that we're going to step into higher levels of consciousness is by saying, okay, I respect your decision. Coercion to get this is exactly the same. It's no different to coercing people not to take it. And this was the message that they've been giving me. And I was like, seriously, have I not spoken enough about this? I don't really want to be speaking about this anymore. I want to be stepping forwards with consciousness, but like I say, there is a video that they've asked me to do on the truth movement, but I'm going to do that next week at some point because I know it's going to cause a ruckus and I just don't have time to deal with that today. So I'm just doing what I'm doing. honor people's paths, honor people's journeys. Step into your truth and speak it. Doesn't matter if you're the only person in the room that feels that way. It doesn't matter if, you know, people have been saying to you, you can do this or you can't do that. It's down to you to use your discernment and make your decisions. And I've been talking about discernment now for 2.5 years and how important it is. Use your discernment, recognize what it is, like first and foremost, who you are and what it is that aligns to you. And then no matter what, no matter how much bribery, no matter how much coercion, no matter how much bullying, no matter how much you get pushed and pulled all over the place, no matter how many people challenge you, stand in your truth. If you do not believe that you should be doing something or taking something, don't do it, because from what I'm being shown by my guides, that's when there's going to be problems. That's when you may suffer something, health or physical or emotional or spiritual or mental, you know. So you need to figure out, and don't let anybody else tell you what your truth is. Only you know. This is about breaking the old matrix of conformity and standing in line. And it's about rising high, human consciousness, rising into higher consciousness. So you get to decide. Now, my higher consciousness and my mum's higher consciousness are two totally different things. Does it mean that I'm right and she's wrong? No, that's the whole point of this. We are breaking it down. We are stepping forwards, and we are going to elevate by every single one of us standing in our truth, even if that is totally different things. Remember, if you feel very, very strongly about something, remember to stand in your truth. Always stand in your truth. It doesn't matter if the police come knocking. It doesn't matter if, you know, it sounds like you're going to be excluded from society. Stand in your truth. This is what we came here for, to break this matrix of control. So let's not step into a world where we're controlling and trying to dominate people that have differences of opinions to us, because it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same world that we're living in today. Oh, but I know I'm right. Oh, but I know I care. You may well care. But if somebody's truth is that they really want to do a certain thing, we've got to let them do it. Ladies and gents, I appreciate this may be a little bit triggering for you. Ladies and gents, I'm going to link back to the November energy and the new moon energy through this video so that you get to have a look at them again. Very, very important that we step in to this. This energy is very much about cleansing. It's very much about allowing people to step up and go on their path. You know, it's about you taking your quantum leaps forwards now. So I'm going to link back to those videos. Have the most beautiful day, ladies and gents, and I will see you tomorrow, Sunday service. Do not forget to submit your questions to support@lucydavis.com if you so choose. Have a good day, guys.